On this video, we are comparing these two Secretlab Titan Evos, and these are the newly redesigned ones. So, bit of background. When it comes to gaming chairs that are actually comfortable, or office chairs in general that look absolutely amazing, that will definitely change up your setup, it seems like Secretlab's literally dominated this market. As we see more and more users, iconic content creators, it is no secret that these chairs are absolutely amazing, because for the same price tag as other competitors, other gaming chairs in this market, Secretlab gives you a lot more bang for your buck. As a fine example, just recently, the new Titan Evos got a bunch of improvement for the same starting price that gives us automotive seat technology integrated on these things. Like the lumbar support is fully adjustable. You could adjust it from top to bottom with these little knobs on the sides right here. Materials have been significantly improved and advanced, and there's much more. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about the pros and cons between these two materials, things you gotta look for, and what you expect when ordering your Secretlab chair from Secretlab's website. Let's go ahead and get started. So the quick unboxing overview. There is no other chair manufacturer in the market that I'm aware of that actually has such a simple unboxing experience. Everything is literally organized. When you first unbox the box, it looks like this. It tells you some interesting features, some science and engineering that Secretlab took to make sure your package gets delivered safely, as they do a drop test apparently with their boxes. And they also give you high premium tool. So this is why I mean you get a lot for the value. Assembling everything, the instructions are extremely easy to follow, as they literally give you a poster, a high-end poster with pictures and everything, so you can assemble this thing extremely easy without any issues. High-res photos and such. And on the back here, it's nice to know that everything was hand inspected before it was packaged out to you. Make sure the likelihood of experiencing any flaws or defects are very minimal. And then as you saw, literally the entire assembly process took me less than 16 minutes. And that was me pausing and taking photos and videos. Now the quick overview of the quality is basically this. The wheelbase is actually made of aluminum, so it's built to last. Unlike plastic wheelbases, the likelihood of these breaking or cracking over time is very minimum. The wheels are shielded with this unique plastic that is known to be hardwood safe, easy to roll on carpet, so the wheels are all floor friendly, minus a very thick rug, of course. The armrests, they're 4D adjustable, which means you could adjust the height like so. You could actually move it forward, back, or move it a bit inwards for the best typing experience. The armrest also features something new that they innovated this year, and that is the cloud swap armrest. And there's two different materials to come from. By default, you have this nice cushy material, but if you want something that has a cold touch, like gel pads, they do sell this gel option as well on their website. But by default, you have this one out of the box, and this one's really comfortable to begin with. And the cool thing about this, since armrests are usually the first thing that fails under normal wear and tear, if this starts ripping and tearing, you could easily replace these without having to replace the entire chair entirely, or look for a hand-me-down armrest. And then just a quick note, if you are limited in a tight spatial environment, you can indeed remove the armrest entirely, as they're only held together by these bolts you see here. The lumbar support is actually really interesting. You have these little knobs right here which you can actually adjust to increase or decrease the lumbar, or just take it off entirely. But in addition to that, you can also adjust the height as well. This is something I expect to find in automotive cars seats. Never once would I imagine a gaming chair like this having this. They typically would just give you the little memory foam pillow, and you basically adjust it on your own. Now the magnetic memory foam pillow, this thing is actually really cool. Now there is a noticeable difference in terms of material. If you're using the Softweave PLUS fabric, it's more grippier, so you can actually really adjust the height up and down, and it'll actually stay in place. Where with the neon leatherette, you have to slowly move it, because it doesn't have as much friction compared to the Softweave PLUS fabric, obviously. But nonetheless, both of them are extremely easy to adjust, and it'll stay in place. And this is still a much better, pleasant experience compared to what other gaming chairs would use, like a strap or something like this. The magnetic structure that it has, the magnets themselves are extremely strong. They're not going to easily fall off or anything like that, and it definitely does give it a nice, clean, futuristic look. Now, just like most modern gaming chairs, this part right here, this handle, is what you'll typically pull. As soon as you put your weight into it, it'll recline all the way back, and then if you go all the way forward and you pull it once more, it actually moves up nice and smoothly, so it doesn't just slam you in your back anymore. And in addition to that, if you have kids around and you want to lock this so they don't catch their finger into the locking mechanism if they're playing with it, there actually is a child lock right here. So it's nice to know that they actually include a little child lock to give you the best peace of mind and make sure everybody's safe around this gaming chair. And then if we go back and recline it all the way down, this is how low they'll typically go. Now I weigh about 150 to 160. I usually fluctuate between this weight limit, and my height is 5'8". Now even when I lift my legs off the ground, I don't fall over. Now this may vary person to person, but if you're around my same height and my weight, the likelihood of you tipping over is very minimum. I could try as hard as I can, and it's kind of hard for me to lose balance and fall. So I can literally lay down like this and sleep if I want to, especially with this memory foam pillow. This thing is extremely soft. Like, this is high quality stuff, as you can see right here. And then the front part right here actually has a gel padding, so your head will always stay cool. Now back to the wheels. Secretlab chairs were always quiet, but this one still continues that same quietness. So rotating and stuff like that, there's no noise or anything like that. Now the hydraulic mechanism that Secretlab has can be accessed by pulling this lever. It goes up this high and can go down this low, like any ordinary office chair, to be honest. But even my oldest Secretlab Omega chair, which I had for over 3 years now, that I gave to my brother, his works perfectly fine. So the quality they're using for this is built to last. Then the other handle is the tilt mechanism, which you could go down all the way down like so. And yes, you could lock it in place, and these are all the different locking points. For the best comfort, I recommend leaving it slightly lower like so, kind of like your standard vehicle seat, because when you leave it flat bottom like this, I find it to be very uncomfortable. It just feels like I'm sitting on a stool. My comfort recommendation is to leave the bottom back slightly downwards like this. Now in terms of Secretlab's chair quality comfort, it passes the knee test very easily. If I apply all of my weight onto the center point of the seat where the frame is and bolts and such, I don't feel none of that. So that's perfect. Now if I ever slam and sit on it violently, I'm not going to feel anything. So that's great. I like the fact that the seating portion actually has like a nice raise to make sure your thighs and your buttocks are nicely centered. If you want to stretch or try something different, you can sit crisscross without any issues. And if you're also a car enthusiast, you're gonna really like the inspirational design of like a coupe seat, as you have like shoulder support right here, which actually do a great job in terms of hugging you and making sure you maintain your posture even when sitting. So if you spend a lot of hours behind the desk like I do, this is a plus, because from a long day of work, you're not gonna feel like you had your back rounded throughout those hours of work behind the computer. Now in terms of sturdiness, the entire chair is extremely sturdy, but I do have to say the armrests do wiggle a lot. But this is something that Secretlab's always had in the past, and never really once really bugged me. But a thing that I do want to point out, with these new swappable armrests, there has been plenty of times where I move my chair around. If I pull with the armrest, I will accidentally remove it, but easy to place back on. It magnetically attaches together with very strong magnets. It doesn't easily fall off unless you're moving the entire chair. Other interesting facts about the Secretlab chair is that these covers are actually magnetically held together as well, and they actually click into place, and the likelihood of these easily falling off is very slim. It requires a lot of force to remove them. Now the cost of Secretlab chairs, it's no secret, they're pricey. All gaming chairs cost around the same price tag, so it's not really that shocking. The starting price for the Titan Evo 2022, both the small and regular size, are $499. The small size is ideal for anybody who is 5'6" or lower, so smaller. And then if you're somewhere between the height of 5'6" to 5'2", then the regular size is ideal for you. And then the extra large, this one is $50 more, and the ideal height is 5'11" to 5'9". They have a size guide on their website where you enter your data. It will give you their recommendations. And if you want to change the material up from the standard neon leather mint to the Softweave PLUS fabric, it's just $20 more, which isn't really a bad deal. And there's a bunch of variety of different color choices to choose from in both the fabric and the leather mint. Find some with unique themes, limited edition runs, and colors I'm very confident anybody will be able to find the best chair that suits their setup and their personality. And then once you order your chair, you may want to consider possibly upgrading the armrest with these Techno Gel, is what Secretlab's calling it. It's a gel padding, as I previously mentioned, super cold to touch, and right now it's available on their website to be pre-ordered for $69. Something to possibly consider. But again, the regular ones by default, the standard ones that it comes to chip with, is comfortable already. It's just if you want a cold padded material that's cool to touch, you may want to consider these because they're not that bad. Now the pros and cons in terms of choosing these two different materials: the Softweave PLUS fabric versus the neon leatherette. These are the things you have to take in consideration. The leatherette, it's actually really comfortable, super soft, durable, much more durable than real leather, and they're using a very thick material underneath all this that will prevent this thing from ever peeling. Unlike other PU leathers, usually office chairs with this like pleather like material, they usually tend to peel over time due to moisture. Secretlab resolved this as they did a lot of testing and made sure everything was high-end and premium to prevent that from ever happening. And because of this, it still is flexible, it's somewhat breathable, it's extremely durable than your standard leather seat, and because of that, these things are built to last. If you spill some drinks, liquids of any kind, just wipe it off. Spill some chips, no need to fear about grease or anything like that sticking on it. Just, again, wipe it off. So it's easier to maintain. Now, if you live in a hot environment and you happen to sweat a lot, especially on your backside, you may not want to get this seat because you will be sweating during those hot, sunny days. Which is the con about the leatherette. Easy to maintain, but it's nowhere near as breathable compared to the Softweave PLUS fabric. This one is said to be 3.5 times more durable than the previous Softweave fabric. This is the Softweave fabric that I've been using in the past. This is my Secretlab's Omega that I'm upgrading to the Titan, and I had this chair for over a year now and it's holding up extremely well. It's shocking to know that this new fabric material that Secretlab developed is 3.5 times tougher according to their website, which is mind-blowing because this one's holding up extremely well. All the stitching is still in place and hasn't yet ripped, and I moved 3 different households during the time of owning this chair. Even the shape of the chair is still holding its shape, which is quite shocking. So knowing that this material has been improved to become 3.5 times more durable is mind-blowing. Now you do have to be more clean, prevent yourself from having snacks or drinks of any kind around this chair, because if you spill something on this, you betcha it's gonna leave a mark, especially if you have a very light color like this chair. Now if you have a darker color, you might be able to get away with seeing those marks, so you have to be really clean to use this. And if you spill chips and it's really greasy, yeah, it will leave grease marks, of course, just like clothing, to be honest. So regardless, both materials are built to last. Just with the leatherette, it's easy to keep clean, just gets really sweaty during the hot sunny days. The fabric, harder to keep clean, you have to make sure you're always clean, don't expose it to food, but the pro is your back will always stay nice and cool. For me personally, I prefer the Softweave fabric. I am a clean person, I guess, so I'm able to get away with having such a light color seat like this. But if I was a messy G Fuel energy drink gaming head, then obviously the leatherette would be my personal recommendation for you. But in terms of comfort, comfort wise, I mean, everybody has their own personal preference. It is a little bit sturdy, but I like it. I actually like it. This is super comfortable. I find myself sitting on these chairs, even on the Omegas, for like over 10 hours on a weekly basis. As somebody that works behind a computer most of the time, these seats are super comfortable, and I love all the seating positions because I could stretch whenever I want to. I crisscross my legs, as you saw. And this pillow, I fell asleep on it a couple of times already. It's just super comfy. Sometimes I literally have to take it off to prevent myself from falling asleep, but you just saw how easy it was for me to just yank it off and attaching it back on. The magnets are super strong. All in all, there you go. That is a quick overview of the Secretlab's Titan Evo 2022. If you'd like to know where you can get your hands on it, I'll be sure to include a link in the video description down below. That is an affiliate link, which means it doesn't cost you anything. It'll send a small kickback to the channel, allowing me to produce these type of videos. So the funds goes back to the channel, so you guys are always informed and know what you're expecting before you make a financial decision, like purchasing something expensive like these things, because they're not cheap, I gotta be honest, but they're totally worth their asking price, especially when the quality is there. And that link will always be updated on the latest deals and sales, especially when you're approaching the holidays. Secretlab, they always had these amazing deals. So click on that link to get the greatest deal available for these shares. So if you got some useful information out of this video, you know what to do. Greatly appreciate it if you can actually leave this video a like, as those help me out a lot, and get subscribed, especially if you enjoy a lot of videos just like this. If you want to see a review of what I think about the Omega share, you can go ahead and watch that video over there. Then the video next to that one, that's just a video YouTube's recommending specifically for you. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you all in the next one.